evening, everybody, and it is that time once more. It is Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's time for Treasure Tales. We got a really good show for you tonight. Um, and I'm going to do something a little different tonight, and I may do it again in the future. As a matter of fact, I know I'm going to do it again in the future. But I'm going to have somebody that I think is extremely special in so many ways. Is going to try to and just kind of co-host with me tonight. Um, they happen to know all the guests and were instrumental in helping me get with these people to bring them on Treasure Tales. So I think it just fits perfectly to have this person as my co-host for tonight. Um, so we'll get into that in just a minute. As you can see, I'm sporting one of the new Blue Spade Society long sleeve t-shirts. And they are available in our Teespring store. And there are plenty of other designs in there for Treasure Talk, for Treasure Tales, and the Blue Spade Society. Now, talking about the Blue Spade Society, we are going to have a very special show next Thursday, the 23rd, because it's hard to believe it is almost Christmas time. Thank the Lord, I don't have to do Christmas shopping. My wife takes care of all that, so it's good, and they'll get some good gifts. Otherwise, they wouldn't get, they probably get a metal detecting shovel and something for me, even though they don't metal detect. So, it's probably a good thing. But next week's going to be a special show on the 23rd. It's to meet John David. And John David is the one that I created the Blue Spade Society for. My co-host that night will be Tim, the Mumbles Man Naylor. He is my brother from another mother. And he was right there when I created the Blue Spade Society, along with John David. So you're going to get to meet those two guys, and there's going to be a bunch of people stop by and say hello. So it's going to be a very special night. Next Thursday night for the Blue Spade Society. So, somebody's pinging me here. Okay. Also, next week, Phil Myers, who will stop by. He is the sponsor. He's a sponsor of Treasure Talk. He's a sponsor of Treasure Tales, and he's also a sponsor of the Blue Spade Society. He is the official equipment supplier of the Blue Spade Society, along with Casey Dittman from Excalibur Shovels. He is the official shovel of the Blue Spade Society. And with Casey and with Phil, if you need equipment, I always recommend going to Myers Metal Detectors. You just tell Phil that you are a member of the Blue Spade Society, and he'll double check to be sure that you are, and you're going to get a 10% discount on whatever you buy. He does handle the Excalibur shovels. As Casey, if you want to go right through Casey, you can go to Casey, and you get a 10% discount when you enter the code Blue Spade Society. So it's pretty good. Also, Russ Balbarona from Fisher Metal Detectors will stop by. Fisher is the official metal detector of the Blue Spade Society. And I just got my notice today that my Impulse AQ is ready. So I'm waiting for them to call me so I can give them some more of my money. And we'll just go from there. But it's going to be next week's going to be a really good show. And I hope that you will join us. Now, Monday night on Treasure Talk is going to be a barn burner. That is our Christmas Cavalcade of Stars show. And we're going to be giving away an awful lot of stuff on Monday night. We're giving away a detector, a 50% coupon, backpacks, water bottles, hand diggers. Some other people want to give away a couple of their t-shirts. So there's going to be giveaways throughout the evening. Be a bunch of special guests stopping in to say hello. So I hope that you will join us then. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on my co-host for tonight. Let's see if we, before I do that, let's say hello to some people. It's in the Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing, Tiffany and Ronnie. And I hope that Ronnie has his red pumps on tonight. That would be good. Hello, we are awful glad that you are here. And Charles Broussard from Texas. Glad to see you, Charles. And let's see. Heritage Relic Hunters, glad to see you this evening. And let's see who else is here. Andrew T, we're glad that you stopped by. Let's see. There's a Facebook user. I don't know who that is, but if you're watching on Facebook, there should be a little notation above the live stream from StreamYard. It says I'm broadcasting on StreamYard, and if you will click that and give StreamYard permission to use your name, the only thing that does is it lets me see who is on Facebook with your name instead of Facebook user. Oh, that's Robert Ridgway from Pinellas Park. How are you? There's the Mumbles Man. And I tell you what, let's wish the Mumbles Man a happy birthday. It's his birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 39. So let's wish the Mumbles Man a very happy birthday tomorrow. Kathy O'Sullivan, glad that you are with us tonight. Rick Tumbleson, yeah, Rick, I said it. The Impulse AQ, they called me today, so I'll be getting it soon. And then you're next on the list. Phil Myers, my brother from another mother, Myers Metal Detectors, the best metal detecting shop in the world. If you need anything, call the Guru. And Pink Power Alley Treasure Hunter, another sterling individual, one of my best friends, and she is top quality all the way, let me tell you. Oh, let me see who else is here. Oh, John Egan's. How are you, John? Glad that you joined us this evening. Wendy Krause. Hello, Wendy. Hope you are doing good. Mark Fiorella. Hi, Mark. Glad you're here. Indiana Tones is in the house. Another Facebook user just joined up. So that's probably Anne-Marie Dwyer. Nice of you to join us, Anne-Marie. Thank you. Frederick Romano is in the house. Another Facebook user. Don't know who that would be. But somebody said happy birthday, Mumbles Man. So that may be John David. And let's see who else we got here. Dan Yaruso, glad to meet you, John. Dan, good to see you. And Paul's Metal Detecting finds. Hey, Paul, glad that you're with us tonight. Swifty, I still have got no cupcakes from Swifty, as I was supposed to, and Detecting Okinawan. Glad that you're here tonight. So let's get on and let's bring our guests on so we can do some treasure talking. So first off, the one that's going to be my co-host for tonight is just, there's nothing else can be said. It's just awesome sauce all over this person. Everything they do is awesome. They're metal detecting, just everything. And one of the biggest hearts on the face of the earth. So you'll know her once we bring her on. Let's bring on Teresa, the treasure hunter. Hello there.
Hey.
How's everything in Texas?
Everything in Texas is just fine.
Good. We got a couple of Texans on tonight, don't we?
Saw that.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
So why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about you right now?
Okay. Well, I'm Teresa, and I am Teresa the treasure hunter, and I am in Texas right now. I also have a house in Wyoming, and I just love to treasure hunt. I love metal detecting, magnet fishing, dump digging, uh, anything. I see treasure in a lot of things. So, yeah.
Yeah, we agree on that. There is treasure in almost anything. And, just to put it out there, when Teresa first found out about the Blue Spade Society, she says, I'm in. And when she jumped in with both feet, because we both agree that treasure hunting comes in many, many forms. So with the Blue Spade Society being for people with a disability or something like that, or even if you don't have a disability, you can join the Blue Spade Society. You may be a mentor or just some different things, because we got a lot of stuff planned that you'll be, made aware of as it happens. But if you're a veteran, let's say, and you were in the Iraq War, and you lost your legs and you're in a wheelchair, well, quite possibly you can't get out and swing a detector. But my goodness, you can certainly roll that wheelchair out on a bridge and toss a magnet over. And so there's a lot of different ways to treasure hunt: coin roll hunting, dump digging, bottle digging, you name it. And there's a whole bunch of ways to do treasure hunting.
And I like rocks. I like rocks and crystals a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another way.
I'm always looking down.
Yeah.
Stuff. I always have, even from a little girl. I've just always picked up stuff and carried it home.
And she's a killer bass fisher too.
I like to fish.
I like catching.
Well,
they don't call it catching though.
I really enjoy just throwing it out there and reeling it back in. I'm a spinnerbait. I like spinnerbait because it's real relaxing to me to just throw it out and reel it back in.
Well, I grew up freshwater fishing, bass fishing. And then when I moved to Florida, I started saltwater fishing. So
yeah.
And the 2 best days in Florida was the day I bought my offshore boat, and the second day was the day I sold it. So you know how that goes. So what we're going to do now, we've got a guest here that Teresa knows, and I'm going to let her kind of go with it tonight. Y'all are going to know this person. They're another one that's covered up with awesome sauce, and everybody knows her. So let's just get right to it. And you want to introduce her, Teresa?
I would love to.
Take it away.
I would love for you to welcome my friend. Her name is actually Michelle. You didn't know that, but she is also known as Gypsy Jules.
Let's bring her on.
Hi, baby.
Hey, good friend. How are you? Hey, Jeff.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to see y'all.
Good.
Thanks for having me tonight.
Well, it's our honor and pleasure to have you on the show tonight. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, so I watched a video of you and Teresa. You were at some park, and Gypsy was down in a creek.
It was a sketchy
crevice.
That was a sketchy place. I was a little scared. Were you, Gypsy?
It was a little scary. Yeah, there were a lot of people around kind of hanging out in the park, but we found some pretty cool stuff.
Fun stuff. I had fun. I just didn't want to leave. We had to leave too soon.
Yeah, way too soon. Isn't that usually the case? You know, it's like there's always something. So it's like, it's either the weather or, it's getting dark, especially these days. We don't have that extra daylight. And in that area, I don't know about night hunting.
I would not. I had my gun. I don't know if you know, but I had my gun on me.
I knew you did.
I was a little scared.
It wasn't a 44 Magnum, was it?
No.
Okay.
It was just
you
a little.
You want anybody to make your day if you're out metal detecting.
Yeah. It was I think there's a lot of treasure still left there. I would like to go back there, but definitely in the daytime. That was really fun though. I enjoyed that. It
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what else you got going, Gypsy? I know you're fixing to be a TV star.
She's already a TV star.
Well, I mean a big star. So
I don't know about a big
star. You'll forget us real quick.
Never. So yeah, coming up January the 4th, the Beyond Oak Island will be starting to the new season, the brand new season that I filmed with this summer will be coming out. I'm not sure what order it'll be in, but I'll be in 3 of the episodes. And I'll be in 3 different episodes, so I'm not sure if it'll be the first episode that's coming out or what order, but So y'all stay tuned on the History Channel for Beyond Oak Island and be looking for those episodes. So I'm anxious to see, what they put together. Sometimes when we were filming it's crazy. You don't really get that much time to metal detect. So you take the few moments, it's like, okay, the camera's going, you get out there and start swinging. And then if you find something, of course, there's definitely some wasted film because they're not going to show all the trash that we dig and stuff like that. So I can't wait to talk more about that. I'll be able to talk more about the actual episodes and what we found and dug and more about that once it airs. But I'm really excited to be able to finally put a date to that, January the 4th. And I've got some new TV things coming out. So for coming up, I think in June, we'll start filming for another TV show. And then there's another TV show that I just heard from the producer a few weeks ago. And I can't disclose much information about that yet either. But I can't wait to get started. So it's going to be another busy summer with traveling for the TV stuff, as well as Garrett keeps me kind of busy, and that's kind of how I met Teresa there.
Yeah.
So we were. She found out that we were going to the Oklahoma
Red Dirt Treasure
Shootout.
Yeah.
And she contacted me and said, "Hey, are you going?" And I said, "Yeah." I didn't even know Teresa yet, and ended up rooming with her and another friend, and I'd never even met her. I sure was trusting, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So she doesn't look like an axe murderer or anything.
Nah.
I had a really fun time. That was really fun.
That was a blast.
That
was a blast. And arrowhead hunting, that was a lot of fun too. Just getting the property we stayed at, we got to go. There was fishing, arrowhead hunting, metal detecting, all of the above. We did a little night metal detecting too. Put our headlamps on. That was
we just
fun.
didn't have enough time there. I bet
it
we
wasn't
could have a lot more stuff there.
I'm sure there's a lot more there, but yeah. So we've had quite a few adventures together. We got to see each other again in New York.
Yeah,
and that was a blast. I'm ready for the next one. Are you going to be going to the one in North Carolina, the mini stock?
I'm not.
Shucks.
I'm going to Florida, to the Florida
to Florida 8.
Yeah, Jeff, will you be there?
I was not going to be there, no.
Man.
But I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I had something that was a conflict. I've been trying to get it changed. So you just never know,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope to get to see a lot of people. The people, there's a big group in Florida, and so I'm hoping to get to visit with some people I haven't actually seen in person.
Right. I love Florida. As Jeff gets to the pleasure of spending a lot of time there. I'm sure detecting the beaches and how Phil as well, and Phil Myers, and such an amazing guy that I've had the pleasure of knowing for quite a while now. And Phil really helped me out of a jam once when I went to Florida, and I had a coil quit on me, and I looked up real quick and found a metal detecting place not far, and bought a coil from him. So that's the main reason why I go to Florida, is just to metal detect, because I used to live in Galveston and detect the beaches and the surf all the time. So now that I don't live near a beach, I have to live vicariously through people like Jeff and Phil and all the beach hunters.
Me too.
Well, the last time you were down on Treasure Island, I was there, but we were going to hook up, and detect one afternoon, but the weather had been kind of bad. And I think
Right.
we had that stupid red tide, and it was just nasty.
That red tide
Weird.
was,
Isn't that odd?
it was awful. And the smell, oh,
Oh, yeah. Well,
it
it
was,
wasn't bad because in Pinellas County, people complain about all the parking fees. But here's the thing, what you saw on the beach for the red tide with the amount of dead fish that was on the beach,
mhm.
they go out offshore and gather up, and they'd already gathered up like 30 or 40 tons of dead fish that
Oh
didn't
my
make it
goodness.
into the beach.
Hey, Jeff,
Wow.
will you explain just real quick what the red tide is?
Well, as I understand it, the red tide, it's kind of an algae bloom, and it takes the oxygen out of the water. So, I mean, you see some really, killer fish. I've been offshore before in the red tide, and you see red snapper that this big that are just dead floating on the top of the water.
Right.
And you have to be careful if you're down there detecting, because it'll get in your lungs and it make your eyes burn and all kind of stuff.
Ooh.
So that week, what we did, the only place it wasn't was up at Clearwater Beach. So we hit Clearwater every day until the last day, and then it started coming in a little bit. And that's not something you want to mess with. But the next time you're down there, Gypsy, and if I'm down there, we're going to get you out hunting in the Gulf neck deep, girl.
Okay, sounds great.
You don't mind going under the water, do you, Gypsy?
No, it doesn't bother
Do
me.
you scuba dive?
I do mostly snorkeling, but this January I'm going on a trip, and I'm going to be taking one of the little quick courses, the diving courses. So I do have the Blue 3, and so I can't wait to use that more this next summer. Unfortunately, because of the filming and stuff and traveling, I didn't get much time in the water this past summer, but hopefully this coming, I've got my Blue 3. I'm ready to go.
Yep, the Blue 3 is awesome.
What is a Blue 3?
The
So
Blue 3 Nemo.
Yeah, so it is a hookah system that has a breathing apparatus that floats on top of the water, and it pumps oxygen to your mouth, just like if you were doing a regular diving thing. Instead of wearing a tank on your back, you've got basically a compressor that pumps each time you breathe. It pulls air in through there, so it's a hookah type system, and it's really neat. So hopefully
You
I'll
can
be
go down
doing
10 feet with the Blue 3 Nemo, and now they have what they call the Nomad, which allows you to go down, I believe, to 35 feet.
right.
So, for people that are, 99% of the time, if you're going to be a treasure hunter at the beach, 10 feet's completely deep enough. Get you out there beyond where people can wade, and that's where a lot of the goodies are that nobody can get to. So it's very, very good. Now, we had Blake on the show easily over a year ago, and Phil's carrying him now. The Nemo in the shop. So, and he's been selling quite a few of them. So
They're really neat.
It's a great outfit.
Teresa, you may have to get one.
I have to tell you this, as much as I love treasure hunting and stuff, I am scared to death of underwater, like scuba. I can snorkel, which I assume this is a little bit like a combination scuba snorkel. I might be able to do it. If my feet can touch the ground, I probably can do it. But
yeah, you could just use it in more shallower water, like something about 5-6 feet. That way, if you wouldn't be that far, down. But it, like Jeff said, it will go 10 feet. So your thing that comes down that goes into your mouth is about 10 feet long. So it's for about 10 foot of diving.
Yeah, and it's battery operated. And I think you get, depending on how deep you are, how active you are, how heavy you breathe, I think you'll get probably hour and 45 minutes out of a charge. and you can buy extra batteries, and it's very light. It's very light. I mean, you can carry it in a knapsack down to the beach. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I Gypsy actually sent me a picture of hers.
yeah. I've
Oh,
got mine right here.
yeah. And you said, Jeff, that Phil Myers carries these in his shop.
yep, he does.
Yeah.
He does indeed. Phil's he bought one for himself, but he doesn't have time to go use it.
There you go.
Is that like a backpack?
It's a backpack that you can carry it in. That way you can walk right down to the water wherever you're going to be diving.
So do
And
you have a metal detector that's an underwater metal detector special?
yeah, actually, I have the Garrett AT Pro and the AT Max. I also have the Garrett Sea Hunter as well.
And the
So
sea hunter is the one you want in the salt water.
definitely in the salt water. And I know there's plenty of other detectors or brands, but what I did is I took one of my rods from one of my other machines and cut it down for diving to use with my AT Max for
Well,
a
I tell you what would be
smaller.
good is, y'all are in Texas, and there's a lot of lakes and swimming holes. And that's where that new Nemo will really come in good in those swimming holes.
Gypsy is really close to a lot of the cool rivers, especially the rivers by the college towns where they float the river. So have you done that? Have you gone and treasure hunted underneath there?
Oh yeah. So if you go back in a lot of my videos,
Guadalupe.
especially the Guadalupe River,
Yeah.
is where I usually hunt. Now in that, I usually don't bring the Nemo. I have, but most of it I detect where they dump out. Like say they're floating down the river and then they're going down the rapid, and then all of a sudden they dump. And when it starts to get shallow, those areas are the areas you want to look. You find a lot of rings, jewelry,
Cool.
coins, sunglasses, cell phones, you name it.
Yeah, and that Guadalupe is a pretty river.
It's beautiful. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite places in the summer to go, is the Guadalupe and the Florida beach. Those are just my two favorite.
Yep, very much so. Well, why don't you guys tell us a little bit of some treasure stories here? Because I know y'all got them.
Gypsy, go ahead, darling.
Let me think. Well, you were saying something earlier, Jeff, about metal detecting in water up to here. I'll tell my very first time I got in the surf, and I had just purchased my Garrett Sea Hunter, and this has been 23 years ago. So this is a little over 23 years ago.
You were only about 10.
I wish. I wish.
Right.
And I was in Galveston, and I had my Sea Hunter, and I was just learning to metal detect in the water in the surf. And I got way out there because I knew, that's where those swimmers are swimming out there and they're losing stuff. So I went as far as I could. And Teresa knows I'm only 5'2", so 5'2.5", somewhere in there. I'm short, so I can't go quite out there as far as like people like Phil or
well, I can't go out as far as Phil because I'm a
right. Well, Phil's tall, so he can get out
He's
there.
He's a jolly green giant, let me tell you.
He is. And so I'm out there, and it's up to my neck, and I get a hit, and so I'm learning to scoop, with my big scoop, and I'm trying to get this up, and the waves are slapping me in the face.
I feel so coordinated trying to scoop in the water.
And for the most part, if and Jeff knows this, if it's fairly calm and it's the normal waves, it's okay. But on this day, it was just slapping me in the face, and I was going like this, up and down with each wave. And I was like, I'm going to dig this. I'm going to find out what this is. I'm going to find out what this is. And I kept on, and I was just about to give up. I must have done like 7 or 8 scoops. I don't even know how many. And I was like, come on, one more. I know it's. So finally I got it up, and then I had to push off to where it was a little more shallow because I could see something in the scoop. And I looked down. It was my first diamond ring.
Wow.
Big diamond ring.
Go.
And it was channel set diamonds. And, you know, there's nothing like that first diamond ring. Now, I dug rings before on the beach and other places, parks and places I've had metal detected when I first got started metal detecting, but there's nothing like that feeling. And it shows you, you know, though, that persistence pays off, because sometimes you do just feel like giving up. You dug so many pull tabs and you're just like, okay, when am I going to find something good? And then finally it pays off. So
There's
there
one
you go.
rule on the beach. Don't turn your back on the waves.
I agree. That reminds me of one more story of the water, and I know Teresa's got some stories. So one day I'm out there in the water metal detecting, but I'm facing, you know, where I can see people, my son and husband, and everybody was up on the beach, you know, playing on the beach and building sand castles and stuff. And I'm out there in the water, just not too deep. I would say maybe chest deep, or you know, about right here. And just kind of gritting. And then all of a sudden I stepped off in a hole. And we're not talking a small hole. Jeff knows what I'm talking about. I'm talking a deep chasm that no one could see because they're not in the water. They don't know what you're walking into. So when I stepped off, it's like, here you are walking, and then all of a sudden you go poof down, and I'm under the water with my sea hunter on, my big old scoop, long-handled scoop, and I'm down at the bottom. I don't know how deep. It had to have been at least 10, 12 feet deep. And here I am, 5'2". So that gives you an idea. And you can't really swim because you got all this stuff in your hands and you're like, what do I do?
That sounds scary.
It was very scary. But I tell you, this long-handled scoop saved my life, because what I did is I took that scoop and I pushed it as hard as I could on the bottom, the floor of the sand, pushed it until I pushed my way out of the hole. And then before that, though, just a little kind of funny but scary, I had bobbed back up once and I was waving at my family up on the beach, and they just waved back. Just thought
Hi. Doing good, Gypsy.
I'll tell you one.
all right.
The Mumbles man and myself, we were down in Tampa, and we were out. I forget exactly where it was, but we were out there, and I'm about, you know, chest deep in the water, and the Mumbles man, he's behind me, and so I just out of the corner of my eye, I see this huge black shadow. I mean, it's a big shadow, and it's coming right for me, and I'm going, well, I best just kiss my ass goodbye because I'm fixing to get bit. And as it turned out, it came right up beside me, and it was a big manatee. You know, they're not going to hurt you. They're going to scare the crap out of you because you don't know what that big shadow is.
Wow.
You know, and then it just kind of moseyed right on away, and you're sitting there. So there's all kind of stuff.
My heart would have jumped out of my body.
Yeah,
I'm so scared of sea monsters.
Well, manatees are beautiful. I've never really seen one up close, and I've heard all these stories in Florida. I would love to see one. And, you know, in Galveston, yeah, I used to see the dolphins and sharks, but I never really had that big of a fear. I can remember so many times detecting in the edge of the surf, especially late in the evening, and seeing all the stingrays, and they would glide right by you, but
yeah,
never
you see their tips of their it's not wings. What is that? The tips
Yeah,
the
kind
ring.
of their little whatever you call it,
The
but
ring, yeah.
they stick
they're
up.
beautiful,
They
beautiful
are.
creatures, though.
Yeah, I'd be
But
Yeah,
scared.
you got to be careful with some of the rays. You don't want to step on them. You get
that's for
barbed.
sure.
But
Definitely.
most of the time you don't really have to worry about it that much. I don't think, because when I'm in the water, my coil is scrubbing the bottom when you're
Exactly.
shuffling your feet. So I've never had any kind of a encounter with a stingray. I've had enough encounters with other things, but I don't worry about it if it's my time to go. And I look at it this way: if a shark comes by and he wants to take a bite out of me, he's going to get a mouthful, and there's going to be plenty left. I just hope he takes it from the front first. So,
Oh my God.
well, Gypsy, we are so happy that you stopped in with us tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I know you've got some other guests, but I appreciate y'all having me on, and hopefully we'll get to dig together soon.
Soon, I hope. I
I'm
hope. I hope.
girlfriend.
And I just
Okay.
wanted to say that you do Garrett proud, and Garrett
You
is
do.
a great company. We've
Thank
got
you.
we got Vaughn and Steve coming back on the show.
Awesome.
The last time they were on, I was in England, unfortunately, and Vaughn took sick, so he wasn't able to come on. So in May, Vaughn and Steve are coming back on the show. And Garrett, we did our last 4th of July, we did our salute to the great American companies, and Garrett's right at the top of the list. It is a
Awesome.
great company. It's American company, and finer people do not exist. So
They're
we love
great
Garrett.
people to work with. And they
Yes,
got
they
some
are.
great stuff coming out. So y'all stay tuned for that for sure.
And
Some great
keep,
products.
we keep getting on to him about, come on, Steve, give us some info. He gives us what he
They don't
can.
even tell
Yeah.
me. They don't even tell me. So
I understand.
they
I
give me
understand.
little hints, and that's all I get. So,
Well,
but
they figure, it is going to be what it is. They got to keep certain things under wrap,
yeah,
and
they do.
the
They
way
do.
they do things. So, at any rate, Gypsy, we're glad that you stopped in with us tonight. You made the show, and we're going to get you back on to Treasure Tales again soon,
Sounds great.
and we'll continue to continue.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Teresa. We'll talk
Bye.
to you soon, Teresa.
See you, Luke.
Bye.
See you
Take
later.
care, kiddo.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Night.
Night, night.
I love her.
Okay, Miss Teresa.
I just love her.
She's something else, isn't she?
Yeah. Yep.
She
She's
is
very
indeed something else.
genuine
So,
person.
and the next people that are coming on, you know them as well, and you helped me get a hold of them. So, do you want
I'm
to go ahead and do the honors again?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm so excited about this. These are some people that are just really, really precious, and you'll see why in just a minute. But I want everybody to say hi to David and Laura Chumley.
Here they come. There they are.
Hi,
Hey,
Teresa.
guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Laura. I love you.
Well, she never says that to me.
Well,
Yeah. I love you.
I know.
Laura's like she's got a little bit of a cold. We had the COVID thing over a week ago.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yes, but it turned out to be not that big of a thing for us. So
good.
it's
That's
so
how.
cold.
Yeah.
Well, thank the Lord for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's been way too much stuff going on.
There has.
Too much with people to deal with. So why don't we do this, David? Why don't you tell us and everybody that's watching a little bit about you and Laura and your what you like to do, metal detecting and all that kind of good stuff, and how you know Teresa, and we'll just go from there.
Okay. I got into used to be a big fisherman. Laura had her brain injury, so it kind of like I got to find something that's not a big production, dragging a boat around and all that. And I decided on metal detecting, and I would go honestly like one time a year for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
oh, probably 2 years ago, I suppose, a neighbor was out back here, and I got literally, it's just 50 yards right there.
Yeah.
I got a 1876 church, and he was up there hunting, and he hollered, he goes, "Hey, Dave, you care if I metal detect your yard?" I'm like, "No, I don't care. I haven't found much." And, "Oh, you detect?" Well, kind of. Well, that got me going in this, and it's been as a caregiver, you can get pretty lonely. You don't leave the house, you don't do much, and it's just been great. I've got to meet a lot of people like the little gal you got sitting there, and just a lot of neat people to talk to, and local guys here that I hunt with. Sean couldn't make it tonight, my digging buddy, but and they've been good for Miss Laura too. I'll put her in the golf cart. We'll run around town here to yards because she likes to, pop something out of the ground. You like watching that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Especially if it's something valuable, right, Laura? He don't get that stuff that goes directly to you.
Yeah.
I keep telling her when I go treasure hunting, I say, I'm going to bring home a diamond ring, but that ain't happened yet. So,
Well, it will.
I hope
yeah.
you. I hope
Yeah.
you find her a big honking diamond.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
But she likes it. She likes watching the people on YouTube,
Yeah.
and we got to know some YouTube folks. Billy Hill from the Hoover Boys is we've
He
just
is
got
a hot mess.
really good friends,
Yeah.
and
Billy
he
is
calls
a
me,
hot
I
mess.
call
I'll
him.
tell you.
He's got a big heart, and yeah, he likes talking with Laura. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Harley, I want a big shout out to him. And PA Pirate and the Quarter Hoarder, just a bunch of folks, It's just
Okay.
it's
I
just a
love
wonderful hobby with great people. What it
Hi.
is.
Hi, baby.
Well, pretty soon, Laura. I mean, later tonight, you can even watch yourself on YouTube.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Facebook groups and 2 YouTubes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
we're on Treasure Talk YouTube and the Blue Spade Society YouTube.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you, baby.
Baby. Yeah. Okay.
So
Laura?
we got a question off Facebook, and I don't know who it's from.
Okay.
A Facebook user. It says, Dave, what equipment do you use?
I use a Fisher F75 LTD, and then my backup machine is a AT Pro. Yeah, when it's raining and misty, that's my thing with the Fisher. They're not waterproof, so when it's rainy, stuff like that. I
That's
I
coming
go
real quick.
I go to the Pro.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I run.
David, you prefer the Fisher?
Yeah.
If you're just going to take off and take one, that's the one you would take.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all a Ford and Chevy argument, when you get talking to detectors, I think.
Yeah.
You'll never find a machine that swings better than a Fisher.
Yeah.
They're just, I'll put my big coil on. I don't even use a harness. It's my big coil. I got a nail storm, I think, and it swings just about like my AT Pro with the stock coil. Yeah. I like it. They're a little chatty, a chatty machine, but I've done really well with it,
Well, the thing of it is, people say, yeah, they're real chatty, but people tend to notch out and discriminate out way too much. Because what you're getting in that chatter is you're getting ground information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you start to notching too much stuff out, discriminating it out, you're missing targets. And somebody's going to come right along behind you and scoop it up.
I run my notch on, I think one is, and discrimination, the highest I ever get is 6. That's just about it.
Yeah.
0 to 6 is what I run. And you get used to that noise, or I do, and I've been experimenting a little bit running all metal modes. So
yeah,
I always hunt wide open,
Yeah.
When I'm using my Deus, I hunt wide open, no discrimination at all. And I just got a call today from Fisher that my Impulse AQ is ready to go. So they'll be shipping that to me soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
back in the water.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Yeah.
David, Charlie Harley just asked a question and he said, tell us about your seated Liberty field hunting.
Oh, the fairgrounds, AKA seated field. Brian, the kid that got me into it, kind of stumbled across it. And it was the first fairgrounds in the county we live in. And there was a horse track there. And the farmer that owns it told us, he said, you guys are welcome to hunt it. They hunted it like 20 years ago. Nobody found nothing. But we have pulled over 50 seated coins off of it. And
50.
it's 50. And the majority of them are dimes. There's been, I think, 4 quarters, 1 seated half, half dimes. But the majority of them have been dimes, and 2 of them have had bullet holes shot in them. And the area most of them were dug in was not very big, probably, no, I don't know, 70 by 80 feet. And we dig a lot of bullets, percussion caps, stuff like that there. Well, back then, shooting competitions was a big thing. So with the 2 with the bullet holes shot in them, we're thinking, well, maybe off in the corner of the fairgrounds, they was having a shooting competition or something. But it's been insane. It's slowed. We went there, I can't tell you how many times, and you always dug a silver. Not necessarily you, but somebody in the group would.
Right.
And now we haven't dug one there, and it's been deep ripped, deep plowed and everything, and it's been a while. So, but I dug a 2-cent piece there this fall.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I dug that.
I have not dug one, but someone gave me one as a gift. Do you all know this little bit of trivia? Did you know that the 2-cent coin is the first coin to have "In God We Trust" on it?
I knew that.
Did you?
I think Charlie said that. That's why I knew that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, David? I don't think that we've mentioned what state you're in.
I'm in Iowa.
That's you're kind of like when I'm in Wyoming. You're not going to find the Civil War stuff there, are you?
No, I've got 3 general service buttons that I
Cool.
found Civil War. And the neatest one, my wife's aunt, I got to mention this. My mom passed away Saturday, and bless her heart. And my wife's aunt Shirley passed away Saturday. They were classmates, good friends.
So sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mhm.
But Laura's aunt and uncle's farm was the first farm homesteaded in Clark County. And I hadn't found a lot there. And one day Sean and I was there, and I dug a 1840 large cent and that Civil War button. And I asked Shirley, I said, well, what's a Civil War button? Well, John Kite was a brother-in-law of Russ Jameson, and they come together to Iowa from Indiana and homesteaded. His brother joined the Army during the Civil War. Then when he come back, so I could put that button to someone, and so that's pretty cool. It's pretty rough shape, but yeah.
Well, some of the stuff you're going to find, if it's really old, is going to be in a little bit of rough shape.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And just like Teresa said, over there, you're just not going to get the Civil War stuff. In my area here in North Florida, there was a couple of battles, but it's, where they are, it's protected, so you can't hunt there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just don't find a bunch of Civil War stuff,
We're working on one now. What it was is oh gosh, what was they called? They called it, I can't remember the name of it, Fort whatever, or the Battle of Fort whatever, but it wasn't a fort, it was just a guy's house. And they were, oh gosh, I'm not gonna be able to, Copperheads is what they call themselves. And because Iowa was a Union state, well, they were Confederate supporters. And somebody overheard them talking. Well, anyway, they had a siege, there was about 10, 15 people at this guy's house, and they were surrounded by militia. And so we're trying to figure out where that was, but that's, there was no battles or nothing like that in Iowa.
Well, we have somebody, Heritage Relic Hunters off YouTube wants to know, when are
That's
you
hard.
coming to Pennsylvania?
As soon as you get better.
Yeah. Mhm.
And send you a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that is Charlie Harley, the Heritage Relic Hunter, and he had COVID, and he was kicking COVID's ass, and then all of a sudden he got where he couldn't breathe, and he had to go to the hospital, and he had
but
COVID,
he's out now, I hope.
and he is out, and he is at home with his lovely wife Judy.
Well, good. We're
Very
glad to
good
see
friends
that.
of mine. I love them very much. So
And
been really praying for him to get better, and he's better. He's here.
Tiffany and Ronnie from Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing, they want to know how long that y'all been a couple.
We have been together. How long? 21 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura suffered a brain injury. It'll be 10 years this June. I can't believe it's been that long.
David, do you mind telling us about her story?
No.
Yeah.
It was, they found an aneurysm they wasn't looking for one. She was having a little bit of a vision problem. And they give her the option of a craniotomy, which is to remove the skull and go in and put a clip on it, or a coiling, they called it. And she opted for the coiling, and they got in there, couldn't do it because it's a double aneurysm. And anyway, they went in, did the craniotomy a week or two later, put a clip on. And long story short, the clip come off, and she had a major brain bleed. And Laura was an intensive. Well, if I was in Illinois when it happened, and I got to the hospital, and they told me I should prepare myself, because they said she wasn't going to make it. And
her sitting there with you holding your hand.
Yeah.
Made it. And but she was a month in the hospital, and then 10 months at a brain injury rehab facility in Ankeny called Honest Life. Fantastic place.
Yeah.
And
I
brought her home.
Yeah.
I brought her home, and Laura is just happy all the time.
Yep.
She's just
happy.
Happy all the time.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
It's a blessing. It makes it a lot easier,
Okay. I love you.
You know we love you too, Laura.
I love you too.
That is so sweet. So, David, do you get to get out and go metal detecting? So
I got a gal now that's helping watch her, quite a bit, because Laura's got to have someone with her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting to get out some. It's kind of streaky, but we've been out.
Especially now with your weather up there. Weather ain't great up there.
What? It was 70 degrees yesterday, but we had 50, 60 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
And now it's 28 degrees, but
Crazy.
I found a crazy coin the other day, just about a mile north of our house. It's an 1846 Haitian 2-cent times. And I get thinking about that. And it was of course, just Beanfield. It was an 1875 homestead. And I'd love to know the story on that. That's always my thing with the stuff I find,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's like, how in the world did this get here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I love you. I love you too.
We just had a comment by, you may know them, David, Sue Brim.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Sue.
Sue Brim.
Yeah.
Sue is what?
She's my sister.
Yeah, she said she's awful glad to see y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She'll call us in a little bit, I bet.
She
Probably,
said that you're awesome.
Oh.
I happen to agree.
Yeah, most definitely. So hopefully, the weather will break up there. You can get out a little bit more,
Yeah.
and take Laura in the golf cart and
Yeah.
Yeah. When you stop,
you know what she might like, David? You might try magnet fishing. She might like that.
you know what she likes, and we'll do a lot of this in the winter. Yeah, at first, I thought this is the dumbest thing ever, but we do a lot of gold panning. We'll buy pay dirt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty much spend $60 on a bag of dirt, and you get $40 worth of gold. I mean, if you do it
Yeah.
right, and so it costs you $20 for a couple hours worth of fun, and
Yeah.
we'll go out in the shop.
Stop. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she tickles me. You'll pan and pan and pan, and boy, when it gets down, you think, well, I don't know. Then that color pops, and she just, oh, that's one.
Yeah.
Laura, you always claim the gold. It's yours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 That's probably similar to her doing the puzzles.
It
Kinda-
is.
kinda like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You like puzzles, Laura?
Yeah. Puzzles. Mhm.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I always have a puzzle going.
She does them on her iPad.
Yeah.
All
All
the
the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I have an aversion to puzzles. When I was a kid, when you're 9, 10 years old in the summertime and you messed up and got in trouble, my mother, just could torture you. She'd get these 3,000 piece picture puzzles of some canyon or something,
Yeah.
and you got up in the morning, you ate breakfast, you went to work on that puzzle. You ate lunch, you went back to work on that puzzle. You ate dinner and you went to bed, and you didn't go out of the house again till you got that puzzle put together. And let me tell you, a 3,000 piece puzzle of some stupid canyon takes you a while. You learn your lesson real quick.
I seen a puzzle. It was a puzzle. It looked like a puzzle piece. Okay. So it wasn't square. It looked like a puzzle piece, and it was all white. There wasn't even a picture. It was just all white. And I'm like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
My daughter.
There's not enough wine in the world for me to do that.
No.
I bought my daughter one that was black. It was just a
Black?
black, but she's really good at puzzles, and we enjoy doing that. It's relaxing to me, and evidently it's not for you, Jeff. Everyone,
Not anymore. No, it's not.
no,
It's not.
different.
Well, we do have a question
Cool.
from the Mumbles Man off YouTube. He wants to know what's your most unusual find, Dave.
Oh. Probably that Haitian coin, I suppose. I would say that's probably right now would be the Haitian coin. I like. Let me see. Oh, what did I have? I was just thinking about something the other day, and I'll have to go with that. The Haitian coin. Yeah.
Well, you have a bunch of silver.
Yeah.
And
I ended up with.
piece.
I think I have 8 seeded dimes out of the seeded field, and my oldest one's in 1854. Got 2 1876 Carson Cities. I can't remember. I got an 1870 Canadian dime that come out of there, and a Barber, I guess. But I'll tell you what the seeded field did to us is it spoiled us immensely.
Yeah.
Because you'd be digging, you see somebody digging, what is it? And they'd go, oh, it's just another seeded dime, like it was no big thing, and there's so many people that haven't ever dug one, and I've never dug one since then from anywhere but there.
You want to really get it, you ought to go to England. Now we're over there and we're out in the field and you get a hit and you dig it and it's a 1600s, early 1600s coin. And they go, oh, that's nothing but a greenie. Just toss it in your pouch. Hello.
Yeah.
Jeff, I want to go to England. If you go, go.
Well, I tell you what, I can hook you up with the guy the guy that you want to go with is Sal Gattuso from History Hunts.
Okay, everybody.
He's going to be on the show down there right now. And the good thing about History Hunts is it's not no great big hunt. I mean, you hunt, I mean, you hunt. We started at 7 o'clock in the morning and quit at dark.
Uh,
Um, and but he'd
That-
get you on
that's
the fields, good fields, but you go over there to hunt, and it's only like 7 or 8 people in the whole group. So that's the way you want to do it
yeah.
over there. And we did have a comment about my wine drinking. It was from the Diggin' Canuck. She says no, Modelo, and I have to agree. There, I do like Modelo.
Hi, Liz.
She
So,
knows me.
what kind of shirt does Laura have on?
Oh, Laura has on her Hoover Boy shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Mhm.
Laura, do you watch the Hoover Boys?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Who's
Mhm.
your favorite?
David, no. Bill.
Billy.
Bill.
Yeah.
You like Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Billy and got to be pretty good friends with Brad. When he whacked that gold coin, everybody gave him so much crap.
He whacks everything.
Yeah. I made this plaque for him. Billy was in on it too, but then I sent it to him. But it was kind of funny. But I've got to know him a little bit, and he's fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy was on the show. He was on one of our first guests
Ah.
on over 2 years ago now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Billy's a hot mess, that's for sure. And he's
Yeah.
done a really good job with his health, and he's a premier bottle digger. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We talk about that, and because that's something I'd like to get into, and there's like the 5 of us that hunt together. We thought about buying a ground penetrating radar, but I just haven't come up with it yet,
That's
But he'll
interesting.
get telling you stories on that stuff, and I'm like, I think that would be insane, get doing that. I really do.
Well, there's ways to find the dumps and stuff like that. Teresa can help you with that. She's very accomplished at that. So, guys, you know what? We have just kind of run out of time.
All right. Hey, it was very
Isn't it
fun.
something? It's been
Yeah, I love you.
I was gonna say about the dump digging. I did a video the other day. I had a bunch of stuff on my counter where I had found this place that was it was an old school that had fallen in, and the guy had burned on it. And so I was digging through there and found a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I had all that on my counter, and my friend said, "You're the trash lady."
Mhm.
That's not trash to me.
Yeah,
Well, see, that's
exactly
another thing too. You don't ever want to really throw something away unless you know it's like a pull tab or cancel. Because when we were in England, they told us, do not throw anything away because it may be something. Now, Sal's wife found a Bronze Age axe head, part of a Bronze Age axe head. It's 4,000 years old. And it looked just like a piece of crapola to me. I'd have thrown it away,
Yeah.
And
Wow.
there was all kinds of stuff that I'd have just pitched. It's a good thing I didn't because
Wow.
it turned out to be something. So you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
very
always I have like probably crap, but I'll look at it later over here on this side of the pouch. And then I'll look at it later, but then the crap goes in a bucket. But before I get rid of it, I always dump it all and sort through it again. And it's amazing the stuff you find that you was going to throw away.
Well,
really
you know what, David? People say, why are you digging that crap for? Say, well, here's the thing. It's my crap, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
the back of my pickup looks like a scrap iron all the time.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, you think about it, all the iron and the lead and stuff like that. Especially if you're finding a bunch of lead, out on the beaches. If you find a bunch of sinkers and stuff, you can sell those puppies.
Yeah.
A quarter hoarder, for instance. Jason, he keeps all like the copper and stuff like that he digs, and once or twice a year he takes it and sells it. So, plus you're doing a service and you're having fun, you're getting exercise, and you're putting it in your fund to buy Laura a big diamond ring.
Yeah.
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 That's right.
Is
Laura.
that right, Laura? It's about a 4-carat job you want, right?
4 carats.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Take that one to the bank, Dave. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura, you
Love
are
you.
Be star.
Be star.
You are a star.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yes,
Hey.
indeed. Well, unfortunately, we need to get on out of here. We're running over our hour time, which I can run as long as I want, but
There's other
you
people
know,
we need to go check on.
yeah, there are some
Yes.
things we need to get done. And Laura, we are just, I thank the Lord that you are with us here. And
Yeah.
David,
Love
and I
you.
know you do.
Yeah.
And it's just, it was the highlight of my time here when you guys came on. I appreciate it.
Thank
Okay.
you. We
Very, very
appreciate
much.
you having us.
And
Yeah,
you need
Yeah.
to go over and investigate the Blue Spade Society. Talk to Teresa about it and
will.
investigate the Blue Spade Society because you know what it's about, David, and you could help some other people.
Yep, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, get over there and check it out and get joined up and, you know, we'll be good to go.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So
I love you.
woman. And
I
we
love
appreciate y'all. And we will see you again shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Good night,
much.
guys.
Yeah. I love you.
Bye, Laura. Love
Bye.
you.
Okay.
So that was a fun hour, wasn't it, Teresa? I want to thank you so very, very much for helping me out tonight. You did great as
Well,
usual.
You're very welcome. Isn't she precious?
She is indeed. She is indeed. And I think everybody enjoyed talking with them. And we've got some, you know, some really good things coming up. Some other guests. We've got one. Let me see. When is Shane going to be here? January 13th. Y'all are going to love him.
Yeah.
And
I'm better be here to see Shane.
Yep. And I'm twisting Teresa's arm to come back and help me.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Shane Kubat. He's blind.
He's blind.
And he's a hoot. He's got a YouTube channel and he makes good videos. He's just a wonderful fella. And it's just going to show you that you can do it if you want to.
He does all kinds of stuff. More, I mean, he's braver than I am. And I do a lot of stuff except go underwater.
He is something else. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there that just will not be kept down. Yeah, they've been dealt a blow, a misfortune.
Jeff, I
Yes,
believe
ma'am.
that Shane is in the chat on the YouTube.
Is he?
I think so. Shane, are you there?
Well, Shane, if you're there, say something, buddy.
Shane, are you there? I think so.
Well, I hadn't seen it yet, but it kind of goes by fast.
His name is See It My Way 1. Now, maybe not. That might have just been Tiffany saying what his YouTube channel is. Because I just saw that Tiffany said See It My Way 1, so I assumed that he was here.
Yeah, that's his YouTube channel, See It My Way. And it's a hoot. It is a hoot. So y'all need to go over and check that out. You know, coming up on Treasure Talk, I'm going to do another post here, possibly next week, about YouTube channels that we feel that you ought to check out. Obviously, you need to go and subscribe to Teresa the Treasure Hunter. Magnificent videos. You need to subscribe to Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing. You need to subscribe to the Digging Canoe. And, you know, there's a bunch of them. You know, just go out there and check them out because these people, they work hard and they're great people and they're having fun, you know, and help build their subscriptions up, you know, just click the button. That's all. But check them out. You learn stuff. Trust me.
I love this community. I just really have been enjoying.
It is something. It is something. My two best friends, they're both like my brothers from another. Well, I've got three that are brothers from another mothers. Phil Myers is one, and Tim Naylor, the Mumbles man, he's my brother from another mother, and John David, the guy we created the Blue Spade Society for. Matter of fact, he and I went out today and detected a little bit. So
I'll make sure everybody knows that the Blue Spade Society is actually a page for people with disabilities or to represent them and encourage them, do
Yep.
whatever we can do, but it's about people with disabilities.
It's for people with any kind of disability, and there's all kinds of disabilities, and it's for people that want to make a difference. And maybe you don't have a disability, but you want to join the Blue Spade Society because you can be a mentor. You can help people with a disability. I'm working on the website now, and eventually it's going to be, once it comes up and goes live, is you can register in a state. For instance, Teresa she could be Wyoming.
Okay.
And, if somebody was in Wyoming that is disabled in one way or another and wants information, they can go down, boom, in Wyoming. Teresa, the treasure hunter, she would be there to answer your questions, to help you in any way she could. So, bing, you can get hooked up, and maybe we can make a difference, even if it's a small difference in somebody's life, to give them just a little bit better quality of life. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's what it's all about to me. So
it's awesome, Jeff.
If you all just go check it out, the Blue Spade Society. It's a Facebook group. It's a private group, but you ask to join. I'll get you approved, and I think you'll be pleased. I really do. We got a lot of stuff coming on. I got this nice shirt. It's in our Teespring store for the Blue Spade Society. So. Everybody,
it's a good idea.
Check it out, and make sure you get over and check out Teresa the Treasure Hunter on YouTube. Subscribe there, and to all those we mentioned tonight, go subscribe to Gypsy, and make sure that you're here Monday night for Treasure Talk. It's at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, because there's going to be all kinds of goodies, and you might win a detector. You can't never tell. You just can't never tell.
Yeah,
so,
David, right? They have a Facebook channel, so y'all can friend them on Facebook.
Yeah. If you want to post that on the page,
okay.
Post it on Blue Spade Society and whatever, Teresa, whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
All righty, guys. We're going to say good night to everybody.
Fun.
And Teresa, thanks so much for
You're welcome.
Just being you.
You're welcome.
I said, you are absolutely covered in awesome sauce and everything you do. So, and thank your family for, giving us some time with you tonight. That means an awful lot.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We really, really appreciate you showing up and just being part of the community.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Definitely. And I will see you in a little later.
Okay.
Thanks, kiddo.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
So, guys, there's another episode of Treasure Tales in the Box. And, we had some really good guests tonight, I think. Hey, Adele Rutherford, how are you, kiddo? And, it's just a special evening. So I hope you enjoyed it. And we look forward to seeing you Monday night for Treasure Talk. And then next Thursday night, the 23rd, is Meet John David, a special Blue Spade Society show. My brother from another mother, the Mumbles Man, will be here with me, as will John. And there'll be a bunch of people stopping by to say hello. And we're going to talk Blue Spade Society and what it means and all that kind of good stuff. So we're really going to look forward to having you all stop by. So, just think, there's one thing you really need to remember. Treasure stories. There's a million of them out there. Every one of them is important. Every one of them is different. And every one of them has meaning. And we want to hear your treasure story on Treasure Tales. So get up with me and come on Treasure Tales and let everybody know of the wonder of your treasure tales. Good night, everybody.